Today we will build a chessboard combination lock with a hidden wireless remote control, where if the right pieces are placed in the right locations on the board, it unlocks a secret door out of the escape room. But let me go back and give you some context. When I designed the library for our new home, I wanted it to be a puzzle room where I could set up different escape rooms and puzzle sequences for the kids to solve. I designed it to have hidden doors, puzzle boxes, deception books, encryption keys, secret storage containers, and much more. I mean, who doesn't want to have a library with secret passageways, right? We have had so much fun, we thought we would share some of it and show other people how they can do the same things in their home. We hope you have as much fun as we have. Remember 1983? I do. I had an 8-year-old sister and a 4-year-old sister that both wanted Cabbage Patch dolls for Christmas. This is what the stores were like. This craze led to the counter movement of gross, unruly, and irreverent trading cards and stickers known as Garbage Pail Kids. Parents hated them, which made kids love them. Parents got them banned in many areas, so kids would do anything to get them. Luckily, I still have the ones I got when I was a kid, so I thought it'd be fun to use them. So I decided to make today's puzzle room about Garbage Pail Kids. When I first designed the puzzle room when they were building our home, the very first idea I had to open up the hidden doors was that I wanted a chess set that when you placed the pieces on specific spots of the board like a code, it would unlock the secret door. Because I designed the door to disengage via a remote control, I figured out a way that I could do this using a chessboard. If you want to learn how I designed the secret door, watch the Pirate Puzzle Room video, the link is here and below, which talks about how I built that. Since the door works via remote control, I figured we could make a chess set that works like a combination lock, which requires the right piece in the right spot to unlock that door. This video is focused on how I made the chess set to disengage the secret door via any combination of pieces anywhere on the board that I want. To do this, I had to make the chessboard from scratch. When they built our home, I asked them if they could leave a couple extra pieces of matching knotty alder wood for me. I designed, measured, and cut the board to the size I wanted. I routed some edges and glued it together. I built the sides and the base as well. I then taped off and stained the alternating squares, and then I drilled 2 holes in each square. I then ran wire up through each of the holes. Yes, that's 128 wires. I stripped the ends and folded them over in this pattern. I then ran copper tape across each row. Once done, I cut the copper tape with an X-Acto knife into these shapes. Unfortunately, as you can see here, some of the stain came off with the tape, which required a lot of touch-up. If I were to do this again, I would just cut the pieces out individually and stick them on. I thought this would make them more uniform, but cutting and sticking them on individually would be better for sure. What this created was 2 contact points on each of the 64 chess squares, each wired below. With the wiring done, I now needed to get the remote controls ready. I show in the Pirate Puzzle Room video how to disassemble the remote control and solder the contact points with the wires. I then connect the remote control to the wires, creating a chain between the squares I want to connect. As you can see, I actually did this with 3 different remote controls. That way, at any given time, I have 3 different configurations that I can use to open the secret door. I have one that is known only to me, another one that I'm using right now for the Garbage Pail Kid puzzle room, and one other for another puzzle room. The 2 I will change from time to time with different configurations for other puzzle rooms, while the one just for me I'll keep constant. I then tied off the wires that I'm not using at this time. So imagine, if you will, the wires connecting these 4 squares like this. Then the other 2 are connected to the remote control. All you have to do is finish the connection by placing chess pieces with copper tape on the bottom on these squares, and it will activate the remote. When the proper configuration is made with the chess pieces, the secret door unlocks. By the way, these are my 2 girls going through the puzzle room. You really should see how they solve the room, so I encourage you to watch their videos, which are on their YouTube channels. Here are their channel names and links. Give them a like and a subscribe, they're going to be thrilled. I'll also put the links to their videos below in the description. By the way, I've had these Greek chess pieces without a board for years, so I was finally excited to give them a home. Also, you can see that I trimmed out the board with more copper tape just for decoration to make it all look uniform. So that is how I built the chessboard, so that when the pieces are in the right configuration, it sends a signal to disengage the lock and open the secret door. Now let me show you how I used the chessboard in this Garbage Pail Kid puzzle. So I was trying to think about a new theme for a puzzle room, and it occurred to me that the chess pieces have a numbering system, A through H and 1 through 8. And some of the Garbage Pail Kids' unique numbers are 1A, 4B, or whatever. So I figured I'd take 7 Garbage Pail Kids cards and have numbers that are 8 or lower and use them for the puzzle. But I needed to come up with a cryptic story that they would need to decipher. Once I had the 7 cards I was going to use, it was pretty easy. I came up with this story and put a picture of the chessboard numbering system below it. It says, quote, "There were once 2 boys named Nick and Eddie. Nick was just downright nasty, while Eddie was pure evil. They were just pawns working for this kingpin named Ray, who had a sweet tooth which resulted in a lot of cavities. His nickname was Ray Decay. Nick, Eddie, and Ray all hated this good bishop named Billy, who painted art. One day, the twins created an atom bomb and hid it in a Trojan horse in Billy's art studio, which was in a castle. They wired it to the electric bill sitting on top of an old Queen album. When Billy opened it up, the atom bomb went off and blasted Billy and all of his art apart." Now this story tells them everything they need, but first they need to figure out that the Garbage Pail Kids are what is needed, and this took most of the time. Once they figured out that they needed to use Garbage Pail Kids cards, they then needed to go through the stack and find which ones were relevant based on the story. Then they had to associate which cards went with which chess pieces on the board. Can you figure it out? Press pause on this video if you want to try to figure this out yourself. Which card goes with which chess piece and which space does it need to be placed on? Okay, the story says there are 2 twins, Nick and Eddie, that were pawns and they need to be placed on 1A and 1B. Next it says that Ray Decay is the kingpin. So you guessed it, Ray is the king and needs to be placed on 2B. Blasted Billy is the bishop and needs to be placed on 8B. Atom Bomb is hidden in the Trojan horse and needs to be placed on 8A. Billy has an art studio in the castle, so Art Apart is the castle and needs to be placed on 6A. Lastly, the Electric Bill is placed on the Queen album, so Electric Bill is the Queen and needs to be placed on 4B. Did you get them all right? I'm sure you did. Once the final piece is put in place, the secret door opens and they have successfully completed another puzzle room. If you liked this video, let me know by liking and subscribing. Also, leave comments on what you think or ideas that you have that we may be able to incorporate into the next puzzle room. If we use your idea, we will be sure to recognize you in the video. Thanks for watching.